Good morning, fish. Sorry I overslept. Oh my god. Letters unopened, they give the gifted memberships, and Lupnia, give her the 21 months. Oh goody, oh goody. Oh man. I am exhausted. Hang on a minute, I'm gonna get ready to switch over. Let's... Ugh. Oh, my back. I think you can hear my fans now. Alright, let's see. Is this set up properly? Yeah. Okay. Oh, double BGM. There we go. And captions are broken again. Yay. Hang on a minute, let me go fix that real fast. Ooh. Test? There we go. Hi fish. Hello, hello. You sound tired. I am. It was not only insomnia, but it was also raining last night, so every time it rains, I end up sleeping for a lot longer and having a much heavier sleep. Oh. Caption's also asleep. Yeah, they're finally waking up though. Remember to take your meds. I'm actually out of meds now. I have to go and I have to go back to the clinic to get some more. But later today, starting today, we're gonna get hit by a double typhoon this weekend. Today, tomorrow, and then like the very early morning of Sunday, we have a double typhoon coming in. We thank you for the super Salon funds. Thank you, thank you. It was supposed to be just one, but forecast shows a second one forming and already heading this way. So it's like, oh boy, let's go double typhoon. Stay safe and try. I'll try. I'm not planning on leaving my place over the weekend. I already did my groceries, so I should be good. Should be good. Shinri, are you excited about the HOLOSTARS English 3D concert 2027 with Altair, Axel, Battle, Flayon, Hakka, Gerard, Gopal, Atiyu, and Ruse? You're missing one dude. There's one dude that you're missing there. That isn't open. Thank you for the soup. Typhoon Survival Funds. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the soup. Yes, I am excited. I've decided not to put the like banner for the 2027 concert as an advertisement on screen because it's next year. It's really far away. I think around maybe December or so I'll add it there. But right now it's June. It's still June, so it's really it's like half a year from now, so there's plenty of time. But yeah, man, I don't know where the insomnia happened. I was going pretty well for a couple of weeks, and then just out of nowhere, insomnia kicked my butt really hard, and now I'm trying to get back on schedule again. I might just make banners. Yeah, let's go. I think we're gonna get like one generic banner, and that's it. The same way that we're not gonna get a lot of... Well, I mean, like, we're still getting some support from the company, but not really as much as we used to. So I think we're gonna have to either come up with some more on our own, or if the fans want to make some, then we can help promote those as well. Yeah. Give me a minute. Ugh. Throat feels weird. Before we start though, can we just say, like, damn, like, did you guys see Ryo Senpai's concert yesterday? I thought it was gonna be like 6, 10 maybe top songs, and then like a couple of like little chatting segments, but oh my god. The Japan Typhoon 2019 that turned the sky purple. No, I'm not familiar with that one. I wasn't in Japan in 2019. I mean, I was, but not during the summer months. Utachi, thank you for the super. 27 songs. Yeah. Like, man, 27 songs. What a hero. What a champ. Churned out song after song. I thought it was like every single time I thought it was done, he had another one ready to go. And I was like, man, that's so impressive. How do you have that stamina? How do you have the vocal stamina, the energy to go through all that? But yeah, a 3-hour concert. Crazy. Man, 3 hours. Kind of. I'm gonna be real. The last couple of weeks, I mean, especially with my birthday and everything, like for a moment I forgot that everyone was graduating with that. So finally, like it's kicking back in again. The thoughts of right, that's happening right now. Raylan, thank you for the 38 months. It's my birthday tomorrow. Love you forever. My B-day being close to mine. Also, good luck. Take good luck sparkles for you and the Koipon. Thank you so much for the re-up with the membership. Thank you. Happy early birthday, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Raylan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah. Ooh. 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 Happy early birthday. Graduation concert Ryo made is a true legacy, right? It's intense. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, when I was watching, I was wondering, like, in the future, like, what would mine look like? And I feel like that's the kind of a bang that you want to go out with, you know? Like, it's really interesting seeing how everyone has their own style. Some of them just did a simple little karaoke. Others, like Tema Senpai, did like a summary of the history of their careers, starting from day one. And I don't know, like everyone has a different approach. And everyone has like a different style or a vibe, and it's like, man, yeah. Can't believe the studio helped Ryo with the live claps to them really good, right? I'm so happy. I actually went there to go record my part, and they were so kind. They were so happy. They were so sweet to work with. We showed up. It was the one we showed up early with, because they were like, oh, we can start early, and then we had to wait, so like showing up early didn't really help at all. But they really went through everything to make sure that we could get everything sorted out properly. Even setting up the holograms for Gerard and Octavia to be able to participate remotely as well. Like, They had to go through everything, and they made sure that it was all up to Ryo Senpai standards. I, like, for the most part, I'm gonna be real, I sat there with my tiny, like, 2 size too small shoes just on the couch, on the bench, on the side, watching Ryo Senpai go through every single little detail for the scene with the staff there. And the studio staff was just, like, constantly, like, accommodating every single thing. They were really nice. Yeah. Only 2 people run it. Yeah, it was crazy. Apparently there were only like 2 people who were like manually adjusting everything. It was intense. The mixing was really well done for everyone. You sounded incredible. I did like a couple of takes. I think they picked one of the takes that I wasn't really happy with. But being on such a short time schedule, it was a little bit hard. But I just, I trusted them because there was a few that I took a couple of takes. I still have problems with like energy, It's hard for me to describe, but it's a thing I can feel whenever I sing a song. It's really hard for me to like get into the same energy that the other performers do, and I'm still working on it. And I thought one of the takes was better, but I could hear one part. I was like, they picked the other one. I was like, darn it. Power in your voice? It's not really power. It's more like the vibes. It's more like the feel. Because it's one of those songs that you wanna stand up and you wanna kind of like hop up and down and jump to. But I feel like my voice is too smooth all the time. It doesn't, like, it feels more like it's like permanently stuck in dive bar jazz mode. And and it's hard to break out of the dive bar jazz mode and get into like higher energy, like J-pop style, But your voice blended in well with the others. I think as one of the lower registers in HOLOSTARS here, at this point, any song that you mix me into, you can hear instantly whether I'm doing backup vocals for any song, because it's just, you hear me, like, you can pick me out instantly. You can tell when I'm singing and when I'm not, because there's like this sudden like burst of a bassy voice coming out of nowhere. And honestly, if I don't have any like single like solo parts, if they just put me into any kind of like backing vocal track for any song, I'd be happy to help out with that. But yeah, I know you was happy was in Logi that you were wearing it, that you were in it. Sounded so well together. Nah. I wish it was easier for us to communicate. There was a lot more that I wanted to say, but I was encouraged to keep it very simple and very short, mostly because Ryo Senpai we don't like, the language barrier exists for like either direction. I don't understand or speak Japanese that well enough to like convey the feelings I have. And if I tried to say something that was too nuanced or too complicated in English, Ryo Senpai would have a difficult time understanding that too. So I wish I had said a few more things, but I think in the moment we did the best that we could. Yeah. Your voice is backup vocals like a bass guitar. To be honest, the mixing with your beats on YouTube is so good. I still want to do more. But licensing issues in Japan. They won't let us practice English songs. So like, maybe I'll do an unarchived karaoke one day and just go back to doing English songs and then just take the private VOD. Because it's really hard for me to learn Japanese songs. Yeah. Oh my god, all my muscles are really sore. Alright. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. I'm gonna go jump into the visual novel today. The second big project from the koipanions. If you guys have any more projects, I may have missed it. Please just like hashtag, use the hashtag and spam it at me again, and then we'll schedule another one. But these are the two big ones that I noticed on Twitter. Were there any others that I missed? Because I was a little bit busy with all the planning stuff. Aren't there only these two? These are the two big ones that I noticed. I saw a couple of like clips and videos and a couple of shorts that people had put together. But as far as projects go, that the Kois wanted to morning. As far as projects that Kois had created intending for me to show them on stream, I thought it was just these two. To my knowledge, it's just these two. Okay, good. I'm not missing anything. Yeah. I'll go ahead and retweet some more art afterwards. Yesterday, I did see a lot more of the project being tweeted out because I had finished the Neo Cities puzzle. I decided not to retweet all the art that I saw then because by the time it started to come out, it was closer to Ryo Senpai's 3D Live. So just out of respect for him, I wanted to keep the timeline clean and just have it just be his retweet. So I'll retweet those later today after the stream. But yesterday night, just leading up to Ryo Senpai stuff, I just wanted to put that as a spotlight. And yeah. Saw a few billboards, yeah, I think it's just these two. I saw one, but I'm not saying too many details because I don't wanna be doxxed, but I did see it. Thank you so much again. I'm gonna be real. It's surreal, I guess. To be real, it is very surreal to walk around and see me on a board like that, on a sign post like that. Like it's on a giant display. It's like, whoa, it's weird. It's very odd. I don't know how to describe the feeling. Like, I don't know. Like, it's super cool. It is super cool, but like the way that I saw it was like, okay, from my point of view, I don't really do too many like massive advertising campaigns for anything. You know, like I'm not buying ads and slapping my face on them, putting them on like YouTube ads or whatever, right? So in my mind, I'm still just a little guy. You know, I'm just doing my own things. I'm streaming the games. I'm just like yapping on my own little YouTube channel here. And for the most part, it's like, in my mind, people don't perceive me. It's hard for me to get the sense that I am being perceived by people. And it didn't feel real until I was standing there just looking at it. And I was like, oh oh my god, people are seeing me. And they're like looking at me. That's weird. Same feeling when you see yourself on TV, right? Because, you know, like all those TV interviews that you see, it's like, who are these people? Like, who are these, like, random characters introduced into the video game for just that one little scene and then never again? You know? And then you see yourself then and you're like, whoa, that's weird. Same feeling as when you see yourself. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. My eyes are really blurry. I'm just reading the same thing again. We're looking at you now. I know, but like, I don't... You guys... Okay, the way that I perceive you all are usernames. You know? Like, it's hard for me to visualize... I don't know how many people are watching right now because I have the viewer count hidden. So I don't know. But it's hard for me to visualize however many numbers of people there are. Like in my brain, I have like 50. Because that's a classroom. I can visualize 50 people because that's about a class. I can imagine a classroom full of kids and it's like, all right, that's about 50 people or so. That's like 50 students, 45 to 50. I can visualize that. But any more than that, it's really hard. So just the idea of having all those people just perceiving, like even if they're not looking at me, like the fact that there's just so many people walking around passing it is kind of crazy to me. Less than 1 million, more than 7. Thank you. I don't want to know what the actual count is. Don't tell me, because like I have it hidden for a reason. Might say we're a school of fish. Ah. Thank you for the super queen. Wait, what was that? Wait, did you guys hear that? What's that? Wait, hold on. I heard like a loud beep from outside. Did it get picked up on the mic? Hang on a minute. Let me go double check. Huh, weird. It sounded like the beep that my like stove makes whenever it's been left on by accident. Oh. I don't know. That's weird. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. There's been a lot of earthquakes recently. Oh my goodness. Shinri Sensei, can I use the restroom? Promise not to play hooky, and if I do, promise it's not going to be like that SpongeBob episode. Oh yeah, well I'm gonna do the teacher thing. I don't know. Can you use the restroom? Ha ha ha. Because teachers always love to do that. It's intended to make you say, "May I use the restroom?" But sorry. Thank you for the super. Thank you. Man. Those insufferable English teachers. Can I use the restroom, teacher? I don't know. Can you? All right. Let's go fish. Let's get into this. I hope the sound is good. I worry that it might be a little too loud because when I opened it, it blew my ears apart. I think it's like specifically visual novels that end up having odd sound like default settings. Because every single time I played a visual novel, or maybe it's just my PC being weird. I don't know. All right, let us get into it. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, nice. Let me know if it's too loud or not, because right now it's set at 12% volume. This is 12% volume. Because when I opened it, it was at 100, and then my speakers almost blew out. Writing lead here, enjoy our game. Flying space whales, thank you. Looking forward to it. All right, let's go. Ooh. Oh, look at Puniko. Oh my god. So round, so squishy. I think I can raise the volume a little bit because the background music is a little quiet. It's like 14. And the Cabbage Dog, I actually had to leave Cabbage Dog back in the States. I have Puniko with me, but Cabbage Dog had to stay back. I'm so sorry, Cabbage Dog. All right. After shuffling to his window and opening the curtains, Shinri winced at the bright morning sunlight. Why had he decided to wake up so early? All right, he was getting his schedule back in line. Again. That's a vibe. It feels like I had to do that every single month. Oh no, it's good. Oh, wait. Oh my god, just reading it makes me yawn. Shinri stretched and shuffled his way over to the door. His foot bumped something on the floor, and he absentmindedly bent down to pick it up. Ooh. An envelope. How odd. Shinri's brain kind of sputtered for a moment, and he paused with the envelope in his hand. Alright, the envelope. What should he do about the envelope? Oh? His brain started to sputter again. What it is? Ooh. Oh man, I could really go for some coffee. I don't have coffee today, but I'm gonna go. I'll just put it in my pocket for now and read coffee. Or not, oh my god, not read coffee. I'll read it later after I have coffee. I do need coffee. And Michelle, thanks for stopping by. Get some good eats and good sleeps. Thought the yawn was part of the voice acting. No, that was an actual yawn. I'm a method actor. Shinri was clearly much too tired to deal with this right now. That's a move. He put the envelope back and he put the envelope in his pocket and trudged into the main hall to get some coffee. Ooh. Shinri sipped slowly at his coffee as he inspected the envelope with his left hand. The envelope was made from rich burgundy paper with gold embossing and was closed with a reddish wax seal. It was addressed to him, but otherwise had no stamp or address on its front. Shinri held the envelope up to the window, but not even a hint of sunlight passed through the thick paper. He wondered what was inside. He shook the envelope once firmly, but heard no sound of the shifting paper or objects. Whatever was in there must be quite properly fitted to the envelope then. Shinri tilted his head, stifling another yawn, and finally decided to open the envelope. Placed it upon his desk, grabbed a convenient knife, and carefully slid the blade under the wax seal to pry it open. The envelope popped open with a polite immediacy. Shinri placed down his coffee mug, moved the knife to the side, and reached into the envelope, revealing a note of some kind written on a smooth paper in a bold yet elegant hand. Ooh. Aww. Hey, this is really cute. Read the ingredients of coffee. Ingredients contains coffee. I don't think there are really any ingredients for like instant coffee because you just make the coffee, then you dry it, and then it's instant coffee. Carefully, he inspected the sheet and then squinted a bit as he considered the contents of the invitation. To Mr. Josuiji Shinri, field reporter for Guild Tempest. It began quite politely. It is with the utmost respect and due dignity that I invite you to a special summer soiree at the Blackwood Manor. Ah, an invitation to a party of sorts. But what sort of party? The soiree will consist of cocktail hour and dinner party, with dancing to follow afterward. That sounded rather fancy. It does sound rather fancy. If we are fortunate, we will be blessed by the presence of a miraculous occurrence as well. Okay, that was odd, but sure. Shinri could go along with that. Dress code is formal. Be sure to be ready by 6 p.m. sharp on June 23rd. Travel will be provided. We hope to have you in attendance. Okay. Definitely a fancy party. Good thing Shinri has his brown suit then. He paused again. Could it be a birthday party? Well, it was on his birthday, yes, but it did not really sound like one. And what do they mean by travel will be provided? Maybe they'd be sending a carriage to pick him up at the guild hall? Shinri frowned thoughtfully. Did they just assume he was coming, or did they... He picked up the envelope from his desk and shook it firmly. A smaller piece of paper fell out. RSVP, yes or no? Again, kind of odd, but definitely Shinri's kind of odd. Wait, if I RSVP on a small piece of paper, how would they know? How are they gonna get my, like, there's no return address, so how would they know? Shinri inspected the small piece of paper, looking for some sort of address or, yeah, exactly, like what? Looking for some sort of address or contact number to direct its sending. After failing to find any such direction, he decided to grab a pen and circle. What if I say no? Does the visual novel end here? Can I save? Wait, what happens if I say no? I'm really curious. We saved. We can go back here, okay? Let's let's find out. He circled his answer firmly on the sheet and was in the process of returning the pen to its drawer when the paper he had marked suddenly disappeared with a slight. Shinri blinked once or twice, but he could not deny that a small piece of paper was now gone. He did still have the invitation proper, though. Shinri chuckled slightly, picked up his coffee mug, and prepared to start his day. When Shinri's birthday came, he did wonder about the strange invitation he had received, but nothing further came of it. The end. Oh. No. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit yes. It's just an ordinary day. You stayed home. Alright. He circled his answer firmly on the sheet and was in the process of returning the pen to its drawer when the paper he had marked suddenly disappeared with a slight. Shinri blinked once or twice, but he could not deny that the small piece of paper was now gone. He did still have the invitation proper, though. Shinri chuckled slightly, picked up his coffee mug, and prepared to start his day. After all, his birthday was still several weeks out. If the boys wanted to celebrate with him, this soiree would be at night, and he would still have plenty of time to party during the day as well. Ooh. Several weeks later. Whoa. Oh my goodness. You guys upgraded my gala outfit? Whoa, look at that. You stayed home and eat on your birthday? Oh man, I wish I could just stay home and eat on all my birthdays. Whoa. That's extra fancy. How do you even get that cleaned? Do you take that to the dry cleaners? Do we have dry cleaners here in Elysium? I don't know. Shinri straightened his cravat as he looked into the mirror. He'd had a great birthday hanging out with the boys, full of meat, chatting, and games. But now it was time for something different. Shinri wondered what the carriage that would come to pick him up would look like. Would anyone be inside? Who would be driving it? With an event like this, it could be almost anyone, really. And he never had figured out how the letter had gotten under his door either. But the best part was that when he asked around about Blackwood Manor, he'd pretty much heard the same thing universally. Blackwood Manor was abandoned, haunted. Wasn't that great? Remember this soiree would even have real ghosts. Well, at least he hoped it wouldn't have fake ghosts. That would be disappointing. But maybe the miraculous occurrence mentioned in the invitation was a haunting. I would be okay if people like cosplayed as ghosts, or like if they had little like ghost cutouts and toys, like obviously not trying to trick you. I would be fine with that, because then I know it's just for fun. You know, it's like Halloween decorations. That's adorable. I love that kind of stuff. But like, don't try to actually be and pretend to be a real ghost, because if you pretend to be a real ghost, I'm gonna start asking you questions and like interrogating you as if you were a real ghost. Because in that case, it's the deception part that I will be disappointed with, you know? Or a seance. You could get behind that too. Shinri glanced in the mirror again, wondering if maybe he should have shaved for a fancy event like this. Then he glanced over at the clock. 6 p.m. Oh no. He'd spent so much time musing about the party that he was going to be late. Oh. No. Whoa. Oh my god. What? Wow. Wait, what? Shinri glanced around and tapped the wooden parquet floors beneath his dapper shoes. Where was he? Wait, was this Blackwood Manor? But how had he gotten here? He'd been in his room looking in the mirror. Then he glanced over at the clock to check the time, and someone or something tapped him politely on the shoulder. Oh, what are you? You guys can't see it, but these aren't arms, they're legs. Look, it's you can't see it behind the box, but that's a shoe. The leg feet koi fish. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so cute. The dapper leg koi. Shinri blinked in surprise, breaking his chain of thought, and looked up. Standing before him was a very smartly dressed koi with legs? Shinri tried not to look too surprised or disappointed. He did like koipanions rather a lot, but they weren't, you know, ghosts. Though he'd never met this koi before, at least not that he remembered. Shinri was about to say something when the feet koi looked at him meaningfully. For a moment, I thought they were just floating until I noticed the legs. Greetings and welcome, Josueiji Shinri. The voice, warm and inviting, felt like it was coming from inside his mind. I'm so glad that you can make it. I was afraid we'd have to send a carriage for you, but of course, you know our ways so well. Shinri wasn't quite sure what had happened, to be honest, but it was all somewhat confusing. Of course, I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me to your lovely soiree. He thought he'd managed to cover for his confusion quite well. Is there anything you need me to do? I've heard Blackwood Manor is haunted. No worries on that point. The ghosts are our friends. Oh, the face. So squishy. Press H to hide the box. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Did you guys hide that intentionally? Oh my god, what the heck? It's full feet. Oh my god, look at the detail. Look at the curves. Oh my goodness. And the ring pop, the giant ring pop. I'm gonna be real, I'm not worried about the giant ring pop being on the toes. I'm more worried about it being so close to the ground. Because you don't want food to be so close to the ground. The toes part doesn't bother me. But like... surprise grippers. Look at it. It's even got the leggings that wrap around your heel to hold it there. The extra fancy leggings. Oh my goodness. Question, is it pre-licked ring pop or fresh? I hope it's pre-licked. Like every now and then, whenever they're bored or they're stressed out, they like reach down. Hold on a minute, earthquake. Ooh. Oh my god. Wait, this one is a long one. Oh my goodness, it's still going. What the heck? Whoa. What the hell? Wait, that one was really long. Oh my god. Hey Haka, hello Hakitos. Haka, do you feel that? Important message from Haka, he loves you. Ah. Oh my god, that was... He felt it as well? That's crazy. It's still rolling. Like I could still... Whoa. It's strong and it's still going, right? I know, it's still rolling. I can still feel it. What the heck? Wait, did we get an alert? Because my phone hasn't gone off yet, so it's not that massive of a... Oh my god. 5.9. Dude, Haka, what's going on? We've had like 7 earthquakes. 7, 8 earthquakes in like the past 3-4 days. It's been just like day after day. Dude, Nerve gave me ultra instant. Yeah, I'm using Nerve as well. I think it's stopped. I think it's fine now. Oh my god. It's been updated to 5.8. Crazy. There is no threat of tsunami. Okay, that's good. What the heck? There's been so many earthquakes. Just like last night, I think? No, last morning, yesterday morning, there was an extra large one that like hit around like 4 a.m. I think. Haka, do you remember that one? Yeah, like that one was crazy yesterday. What is going on? Oh man. It's been like 3 in a row. Yeah, it really has. Also, Haka, do you wanna come over here and just lick that ring pop? Just, you know, come over here. Go lick that ring pop. Look at those grippers. Look at those grippers. Okay, here you go. Let's get back into. Oh my god. Stay safe. We'll do our best. We'll be fine, hopefully. But no, it's been odd. Just like the number of earthquakes has been kind of crazy. Do you think Puniko does pedicures? I'm pretty sure Puniko gets a few now and then, or feet koi specifically, because Puniko doesn't have legs, but feet koi does. I wonder if he plays video games. I know some people who have disabilities that use accessible controllers. There was like a custom controller that someone had created that I saw like on E3 like a long time ago, where you could play with like your foot. Like it would have all the buttons arranged in a way that it was easy to hit with the toes of your feet to like move and adjust the joystick and everything. So I'm sure Feet Koi could play some video games too. Yeah. All right. At this point, I get weather updates from my stream. Oh man, Haka, if you're still here, are you ready for the double typhoon that's hitting like later tonight? Good luck. I hope you finished your grocery shopping. All right. And as a guest, you should put yourself at ease. The other guests have all arrived and are meeting up in another part of the gallery, so perhaps we should go and join them for cocktails and conversation. By all means, lead on. Oh, who are you? Oh, look at the little smile. It's adorable. Oh. Your cloak, monsieur. The Lich, clearly some sort of servant at the soiree, gestured to Shinri's grand white cloak. Shinri passed over the item, received the bow from the Lich, and then followed his host. Wait, is this, oh, what was that game? What was that, oh shoot, what was that game that we played? The one with like all the characters and that one seance that was happening. Oh shoot, what was it called? The one we played for much of the quiz, I forget what game that was. Not the 2D, was it 2D? I think it was 2D, right? I forget. That one. We get to see a little meeting room with all the spooky characters. Oh yeah, the Seance of Blake Manor, that one. I'm getting very similar vibes already. Ooh. And now we are arriving at the cocktail party portion of our soiree. I do hope you enjoy meeting our guests. The chatter in the room died down as 4 beings turned from the conversation to look at Shinri and the host. Only 4? Wait, there's only 5 of us? It's a little bit of a small party. The host nodded and the 4 guests spread out. The worry that I have is that with only 5 guests, I have to carry a lot more of the conversation, and that's a lot of pressure. Excited to see the rest of the gang. Gotta head out for now. Letters unopened. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Did you say intimate? Too intimate. 4 guests spread out among the small, high cocktail tables. A ghost carrying, how? A tray of hors d'oeuvres floating by the right of the guests, then paused. Lovely guests, Our group is now the required 6. Shinri was definitely starting to think there might be a seance or other ritual involved, but he stayed judiciously silent. With the arrival of the Guild Tempest Ronin, we may now begin the cocktail hour. Please continue chatting amongst yourselves, and if you need anything, feel free to ask me or have our lovely one of our lovely volunteer servants. I kind of want shrimp now. Shrimp cocktails. Ooh. Shinri was unclear on what was meant by volunteer servants, but perhaps it was part of the atmosphere, like that lich from a few moments before. From his side... From his left side, one of these servants, a trio of goblins, appeared and handed him a whiskey sour in a delicate glass, topped by a twisted lemon slice. What are these guys? Oh, I love their faces. Yeah, they're great. Why? Shinri paused, then nodded politely and accepted the glass. How did they know what he liked? Well, it's not like he wasn't known in some circles. Shinri sipped carefully at his drink and looked over the room. There was a large portrait gallery, perhaps a bit rough around the edges, but still charming in its classic, old-fashioned way. Mirrored 2 slightly larger tables, clearly meant for the guests to mingle around, as well as a few smaller tables with chilled adult beverages and trays filled with tasty treats. The ghost and the goblins who had given him his drink milled about, waiting to see whether they could be of service. As Shinri inspected the room, he noticed that the guests had paired up and were conversing at the 2 slightly larger tables. A shadow man and a mermaid in a grand tank appeared to be conversing at the left table, while a dragon and a gentle wolf bearing demon markings chatted at the right table. Shinri took another sip of his drink and decided to... we have to save here. We gotta figure out which way it goes. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. My birthday was like 3 days ago. Is it? Wait, was it? Time has no meaning anymore. Yes, it was 3 days ago. So we're going over some fan projects. Yeah. All right. I don't know how long each of the routes will take. I'm curious though. Left or right, left or right, left or right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch, take, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Right table. Okay. Let's go. I don't think it'll... I hope it doesn't make too much of a difference. I think it's just selecting the 2 characters, right? Greetings. I am Josuiji Shinri, field reporter for Guild Tempest. Ruby Jess, thanks for stopping by. Get some good eats and good sleeps. I just want to introduce myself and, well, get to know the other guests of this wonderful party. Shinri placed his drink on the small table for a moment, then bowed moderately and smiled at his 2 table mates. The dragon gestured in greeting, while the demon hound bowed slightly and grinned. Shinri nodded in a friendly manner and returned his glass to his hand. Why are you blushing? Oh my goodness, that's so cute. The Kappa servant glided over to the table with a tray of cocktail shrimp and small squares of fancy toast and offered them around the table, then glided toward the other table. Ooh, I could go for some shrimp. Shinri took and tasted a piece of toast. Scrumptious, though he was uncertain precisely the ingredients involved. The other 2 guests glanced at each other and then at Shinri, as though waiting for him to speak. Shinri took another sip of his drink and decides to... You guys can't give me such big choices already. Like, Talk with the dragon, demon hound. Too bad. Tough choice. No. Why must we put limits on everything? Demon Hound, maybe? Demon Hound? Oh, dragon. Demon Hound. Demon Hound sounds kind of cool, though. Wait. Before we go, how about we just go over wait, why don't we just check out everyone's appearance? I want to see what the art looks like for everyone. Okay, loading this will lose. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Let's go over these and just check out all the designs that we can pick together collectively. All right, let's go with the dragon first. Shinri took the hell? Oh my god, that's the rain. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm gonna mute this. Yeah, I'm gonna mute the. Wait, hold on. Let me mute the game, and then. Can you guys hear that? Actually, maybe. Sorry. Actually, maybe the sound booth is just too good. I can kind of hear and feel it, but it's like, it's loud. Oh my god! Like I can hear it through the booth. Crazy typhoon and an earthquake, right? We love it here. All right, let's keep going. Shinri took slow but confident steps toward the dragon that was seated at the table in front of him. He greeted the other guests with a gentle wave. Hello there. Do you mind if I join you? Oh, look at that. What? The striking dragon gave Shinri an assessing glance from head to toe. Why do you look so fancy? Look at those cuffs. What the heck? Ooh. I was expecting more scales, but I guess the really smooth cheek is nice too. Oh, look at that. My only critique is that he's wearing way too many clothes. We can solve that problem later, right? It's a fancy party. Okay, fine. Wait, is there anything else hidden behind here? Oh no, it's just pants. Wait, does that mean... Do they get special tailored pants for their tail? Hold on, you guys can see it. My head's covering it. But tail, look at that. Oh, what do you call that? Is it weird to go up to a dragon to ask, hey, can I brush your tail hair? But like not the hair at the tip of your tail, but like the hair right here. Like what is this specifically called? Like on a horse, it's called their mane. But it's like the hair that goes down the back of their neck, right? Like that's the mane. But like, what is this specifically called on a tail? But is it rude to just walk up to somebody like, hey, can I brush your tail here? Like, is there another choice after this, or does it let you go back? Let's go through the dialogue for a little bit. Tail, ridge, crest. Maybe ridge, or yeah, ridge or crest. You know. You mean the base? No, not the base. Like, just the hair that's on the top of the tail. Like, if you imagine a tail to be like a circle, there's like hair that's always growing up at the top of it. Like, hair doesn't grow all the way around the tail. It's just like a small little strip of hair that goes down like this, you know? So I want to know, like, what is that specifically called? All right, let's learn a bit more about the personalities before I pick. I suppose not. Please, have a seat. She spoke slowly with a husky tone. Oh, okay. I take back my previous comment. My amended comment is, my only problem is that she has too many clothes on. I had to correct the pronoun there. Given the mood of the event, Shinri felt it was necessary to give a proper introduction. I'm Josuiji Shinri, reporter and Ronin of Guild Tempest. Hello, reporter and Ronin of Guild Tempest. Wait, she's kind of cute. Just repeating the whole thing. I know this is a fancy event and all, but just Shinri is fine. All right then. Hello, just Shinri. Okay, wait. The dragons smirked at their own response while Shinri let out a small huff in amusement. A silent moment passed before he made another attempt to start conversation. I didn't catch your name. That would be because I did not give it to you. Fair. The dragon let out a long breath, not having the patience for small talk. Cilia. My name is Cilia. Okay, we're gonna pause here. We're gonna save here. And then we're gonna load. And we're gonna head back. We're gonna talk to the demon hound now. I think we'll figure out what their name is and get like a small taste of each of their personalities. Yeah, time to see the demon hound now. Oh, hello. Okay. Yo, look at him. What? Look at them. Shinri opened his mouth to say something more, but before he could, the demon hound eagerly introduced himself. He grasped Shinri's hand in his own. The demon's handshake was welcoming but firm. The gray fur covering his body peeked between the cushion like paw pads along his palm and fingers. Oh my god. I think that's probably the cutest thing ever. When you have puppies and they have like fur between their beans, you know, like when you squeeze their beans, there's still fur underneath there, right? It's so soft. Oh. It created an interesting sensation against Shinri's skin. They were dressed quite formally like the rest of the guests, but one thing about the demon's outfit seemed out of place. A black leather collar with the gold buckle wrapped around his neck. It's a pleasure to meet you, Josuiji Shinri. My name is Alistair of the Demon Hounds, and this is my table companion. Achoo. Alistair's words were cut off by a loud sneeze. Aww. Oh, wait. Is he allergic to something, maybe? Ooh. I keep forgetting that like fancy pants don't actually have a belt, but they have this weird like sash thing. I'm not too familiar with it because you don't see that too often nowadays. Like it's not part of normal fashion. It's like exclusively for high fashion type stuff. Allergic to people? What if, could a demon hound be allergic to humans in the same way that humans can be allergic to dogs? Okay, we save here. So now we can tell who we're reaching out to. Okay, let's go. All right, so that was the right table. Left table. I know they call us pants breeches. Oh, breeches. Are those the special style brand? Cut? I don't know what style of it, I guess. It's a cummerbund. That's what it was. That's right, cummerbund. Way too fancy. All right, left table. Greetings. I am Josuiji Shinri, field reporter for Guild Tempest. I just want to introduce myself and, well, get to know the other guests at this wonderful party. Shinri placed his drink on the small table for a moment, then bowed moderately and smiled at his two table mates. The Shadow Man, dressed in a dapper suit, nodded at him, while a mermaid spared him a sharp-toothed smile before returning to her drink. Shinri nodded in a friendly manner and returned his glass to his hand. A Kappa servant. Oh, the shrimp and fancy toast. Aww. I still find it fun to think about what the head juice of a Kappa would taste like. You know? Have you guys ever thought about that? Like, the whole thing is that they have a bowl on their head. Like, it's not a bowl on their head, like their head is a bowl. And then the way that you're supposed to ward off a Kappa, if they chase you, is to give them a deep bow. And because they will be compelled to bow deeply, it'll cause the liquid inside the bowl, that like the bowl-shaped divot inside their head, to spill out. And when the water spills out, they have to return back into the water or else they'll die. So that's a way you can chase away Kappas. You just give them a really deep bow, because they'll bow back and they'll pour all the water out. But what does it taste like? You know? Wouldn't getting rid of the head water kill them? You're not drinking all the head water. Like, you're not drinking all of someone's blood. Just like a sip or two. You know? Just enough to get the flavor of it. Cucumber water. All the myths say if you slip the head juice, you'll be super, super cursed. Oh, I want that now. Wait, I want it even more now. Because it goes back to the original conversation about what is the hierarchy of curses. Like, where does Kappa head juice curse rest on, like, against everything else? You know? Like, compared to reading a cursed diary or solving a cursed puzzle box. Like, does it take precedence? Does it have priority? Or like pond water and cucumbers. Took and tasted a piece of toast. Okay, this looks like it's the same stuff. All right, we save. We can save here since we've already used this. All right, let's talk with the Shadow Man. Shinri approached the Shadow Man, who sat there drinking a cocktail. Hi, Josuiji Shinri of Guild Tempest. You? The man turned and looked at Shinri almost theatrically. Aww. I am the one who lurks in the dark, the sum of all your fears. My true name is lost to time, but you may call me Silas Montefiore. That's so cool. Yo. I have like, in my mind, the way that I visualize a shadow person moving would cost so much money in visual effects. Like, you had to pay so much money to special effects crew that it is impractical. But like, the idea that I have when it turns in, like, when it comes to like a shadow man moving is, you guys know like those like shadow, like the VFX you have, right? Just like floating around and like the wispiness of smoke, right? In my mind, shadow people don't have like a physical form. Because they're literally just like smoke and shadows, right? So they don't like turn their head, you know? Their head is still there, but it's like when you walk forward, you know how like the form, the shape of the face appears, like you're kind of like pressing your face through like a silk fabric, you know, like you get the indent of a face coming out, right? I imagine like when they're standing still, they're just kind of smoking and like wisps of smoke are like drifting off of them, right? And whenever they walk, you see that part, the forward facing part of their head create that impression as they like turn around, but there isn't like a physical head that they're turning. It's an orb of smoke, and whenever they turn, it's just that part that's facing you has that face slowly appear out of the smoke before it gets engulfed back in again by all the wisp. But I know like that would cost so much to do in terms of special effects. You know, like, yeah, he shifts and forms towards you. There isn't like shoulders to turn. There isn't a torso or a body to turn. It's just a stack, like a column of smoke. And when they're standing still, it just looks like a column of smoke. When they're walking forward, you see the legs come out before they get enveloped again. But it's not like the legs themselves are physical. It's just the smoke taking form as if someone's legs are walking through it, you know? It's really hard to like describe in words what the visual looks like, but like there is no head turning. There is no head. It's just the smoke, you know? So like they're always kind of looking at you, even if where their eyes aren't pointed towards you. Does that make sense? So like you could be behind them and then like it'll just look like you're looking at the back of the head, and then from the back of the head, the face would appear as it slowly pushes out against the smoke. But yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Definitely smoke simulation similar to what you're describing. Yeah, but like a whole movie of that would probably be really expensive. I like the concept of the fabric face thing, brief imprints. Exactly, yeah. Like I think that's so cool. That way you can like reach your hand towards their face, and when you brush their cheeks, like you can like brush aside some of the wisp for like just a moment, you know? I think that'd be really cute. Oh, interesting. Are you an actor? Most people tend to be afraid of the dark, but you, I can sense the light. Are you a hero? I think so. But yet I can smell the scent of corruption. Yeah, my arm got corrupted. It's not really a big deal. Tell me, do you struggle with the darkness inside you? The darkness inside me and I snuggle a lot. Sometimes. The cost of living is really high these days and stuff is getting more expensive. Yeah, that. Do you struggle with the darkness inside you? No, the darkness struggles with having to live with me. You know, like imagine an entity whose entire job is to jump scare you, but every single time they try to jump scare you, you just think it's cute and endearing, and they're like, oh man, like I'm really gonna get fired now. Like imagine that. I'm your worst nightmare come to life. Oh, are you a dream cryptid? Those kinds are freaky. Silas blinked in confusion, realizing Shinri wasn't scared at all. In fact, it was the opposite. You worship the darkness as a hero. I know people like you. You're an anti-hero. No, I think that's just all it is. Oh, man. The darkness wants to give up and traffic me. Struggles with the financial burdens along with all of us. That's so true, though. Like, I mean, if the darkness is gonna live inside me, they better start paying rent, because, like, sure, be cursed, be evil, all you want, but we still need to pay rent at the end of the month, so, like... Shinri recalled a time when Tempest went on a mission and somehow managed to burn the entire town to the ground in the process. We never did get paid that day. What was that? Oh, nothing, just talking to myself. Then who and what are you? I told you, I'm Josuiji Shinri, field reporter for Guild Tempest. I'm also a Ronin too, I guess. A Ronin? Tell me. Did your master betray you? I don't think it works like that. I mean, it used to, like, back in the day, where they had, like, the samurai that had no master that they served. But not anymore, right? You must be one of those dark samurai. That sounds so cool, but no, I'm not a dark samurai. That's so cool, though. Dark samurai. Those who lie in wait in the shadows and strike people down on the road. I can think of more fun things to do than at night than that. They're trying so hard to be extra, and I'm just here, like, nah, like, Netflix and chill, man. Like, you don't have to go around killing people in the middle of the road. Like what? Like hunting ghosts, of course. Ghosts? Don't tell me you'd ever tried it. I ought to take you out on a ghost hunt sometime. As a being that belongs to the darkness, I can see ghosts anytime I want. Those are called visual hallucinations. You should get that checked out. Silas's voice dropped to a whisper as he spoke the following words. I've seen them too many times to count. Oh, wait, why are you crying? Do you want me to hold your hand while we take care of the ghosts for you? Look at the hair, though. Oh, why sad? Okay, overwrite save. Okay, now the final guest. Talk with the mermaid. What's your name? I'm Shinri. My name's Naya. I came here to interact with the service world. Oh, Naya has a big. Okay, I know the visual novel calls it a tank. I was gonna say a giant cup. Aw, like the Little Mermaid. Think more of a siren. My kind lures cuties like you to their death. Oh, she thinks I'm cute. Yo, let's go. Not tonight, however. I'm off the clock. She doesn't do it for free, man. You gotta respect a girl who knows their worth, right? That sounds awesome. Did you miss the part where you died? I've been through worse. At least you called me cute. Yeah, let's go. It's a miracle you're still alive. Anyway, what brings you here? You said you were a reporter? Yes, a field reporter for Guild Tempest. What does this Guild Tempest publish? Oh shoot, that's right. It sounds like we're like a newspaper article if I say it that way. Now that was a good question. Guild Tempest wasn't the sort to really publish anything, unless you counted the comics and that Axel and Haka drew, which were mostly just an excuse to tell crude jokes. We report on the supernatural in Elysium. Oh, make sure you get my good side. I will. Aw. What are your hobbies, other than the whole luring thing? I like to collect jewels. A lot of humans have nice jewelry. And how does one collect these jewels? From harvesting off the bodies of my victims. Oh, let's go. They're like oysters, you know? Every single time you shuck an oyster and you're like, wow, a jewel. Or like, wow, a pearl, right? But like, when you siren call humans, you're like, wow, an iPhone 17 Pro Max and a Fitbit. Woo, you know, it's the same thing, you know? Human shucking, exactly. You must have collected a lot of jewels then. That's one way of putting it. Naya took a cocktail and drank it slowly, savoring the taste. I was wondering, because in my mind, when they said that the mermaid was in her tank, that it was an enclosed tank. You know, like, I thought she was completely submerged. So it was like she was taking a drink in her tank. And I was like, how do you drink beverages while you're completely submerged? Yeah, she was in the cocktail. So you drink stuff other than water? Eating and drinking human nourishments allows me to get closer to my prey. She gave a wicked grin, showing a mouthful of sharp teeth as a forked tongue licked her lips. Of course, I do find some of your culinary achievements pleasing. I've been told I'm a pretty good cook. I always like people who can make a good meal before we get down to business. Is eating people your dessert? Think of it more as an after-dinner mint. I bet you'd taste sweet and salty. Oh, I'd make a good chocolate-covered pretzel. One of those dark chocolate ones with sea salt. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, however. Naya laughed, brushing a strand of hair from her eyes. You're an interesting one. I like to play with my food when it's interesting enough. Maybe I can take you out for a little beach date. You must know a lot about rocks and shells. We can't exactly stroll along the beach hand in hand. I mean, wait, can you? How do we do this? We can put her on a sled. We can just put the tank on a sled, and then I'll just pull the sled. I was thinking about those like old school like the small like red wheelbarrow platform things, you know. But I was like, wait, the sand on the beach, you probably wouldn't be able to get wheels through that. But you can put them on a sled. Red Flyer, yeah, exactly. Yeah, those little kiddie wagons. Okay, now we save here. Ooh. All right, who do we pick? I don't know. Okay, without spoilers, chat, how long are each of these routes? Wait, does she need water to breathe? Because the sled might not work. She's out of the water so far, like she's in her little cup. A pole? Long enough? I don't know what that means. All right, let's try a pole. Let's see where. All right. Let's just go in the order that they show in Shadow Man, and then Dragon, and then Demon Wolf, and then Mermaid. All right, let's see where the koi stand on this. All right, let's see. Is there a... Oh, there's no timer. I can just manually turn it off. Ooh. Each path or run is around an hour, and each path has 2 endings, a good ending and a bad ending. Oh my goodness. Y'all are wild. What? That's so many endings. All right, let's see. Shadow Man, Demon Wolf, neck and neck at 30%, 31%. Shadow Man is just eking out a little victory, like 33%, just a 2% lead. All right, let's give everyone like a minute. So like 60 more seconds. Ooh. Oh, now it's Demon Wolf in the lead. 33. Oh my goodness. Wait, these are really Wait, these are really close. It's just a 2% difference between the Shadow Man and the Demon Wolf. Oh no, they're neck and neck now. 31, 31, 32, 31. All right, how many more? Like 30 more seconds? Ooh. I wrote 2 other things. Picking Shadow Man only because I want to see him get clowned on more. Oh, and it looks like Shadow Man is surging ahead with 37. All right, let's give like 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. All right. It looks like Shadow Man wins with 36%. A third of the votes. Let's go. All right. Shadow Man wins. All right, let's go through Shadow Man's route. Props for creativity in making a visual novel. Yeah, the Kois have done this like 3 years in a row now, almost. Y'all are like, I don't know how you guys churn out these so quickly. No one wanted the dragon. I'm a little sad. But I think the Shadow Man's a fun character. A theater kid. All right, let us go. They sounded a little bit sad, stressed out, worried, concerned about the ghosts. I guess we can just do something else besides ghost hunting, because if they're crying about it, maybe they don't want to, because they already have to deal with them for so often or so frequently. So let's just say we can do something else besides ghost hunting. Actually, hang on a minute. Let me new page. We save here. There we go. Can do something else. Beetle sparkle. Oh my god. I'd like to try some new experiences. Silas took a sip of his cocktail. The hosts must have chosen you for a reason. I'm just happy to be here. After all, it's not every day I get to chat with cryptids. Sure, it wasn't what Shinri expected to do on his birthday, but he was happy nonetheless. The Soiree had so much for Shinri to discover. Their conversation was smoothly, if a bit unexpectedly, disrupted by the return of the goblins with a new round of drinks. Haha! May these keep your spirits flowing and your tongues going. Get it? Because spirits? Like, because ghost spirits and like liquor spirits, alcohol, gotta get it? Because sorry. Odd, certainly, but who was Shinri to turn down another excellent offering? Unless they were Fae in disguise. But while everything here was a bit strange, he did not sense the feeling of a trap or other deception. Shinri tilted his head slightly, took a sip of his new drink, and... Oh, there was an option to talk to the other. Okay. Let's continue with Silas, though. You have chosen to speak with me again, mortal. This party seems fun so far. It has been a while since I've had fun. Now I exist between realities, scaring people in dreams. Does it pay well? I want to try. Wait, can I pick up a side gig as being someone's sleep paralysis demon? If it pays well, like I might just have to pick up. Is it like Uber Eats? Like, do you just order one for like that day if you're feeling like a sleep paralysis demon? And like you're not like working for one person, you're just kind of working for yourself, and you're just going around filling tasks and gigs as they show up. Is it like that? Don't worry, you scare people without dreams too. With your spooky talks. I want to know. They're so extra though. Now I exist between realities. Alright, well I exist in Zenokuni and I got to pay rent. Is that what you do for fun? I told you, I don't have fun. I'm a monster. I've seen plenty of monsters have fun. They are the lucky ones, privileged with joyous lives. But what made you decide to come here? I came here to ask the host one wish. With that, my quest can be fulfilled. What is your wish? Silas was silent for a long time. Do you really wish to know, mortal? Of course I do. I wish to die and be reunited with my people. Oh, ooh. Your people? What do you mean, your people? They existed long ago. I was a noble by birth. A nobleman. Then one day, war broke out. I was the only one left alive, as it were. Sounds rough. Did we just Zuko him? Oh my god. My entire civilization was killed before my eyes, and only I survived. Man, that's rough, buddy. Oh man. Oh, you have no idea what it was like, mortal. The things I witnessed would make your hair turn white. I've seen some pretty nasty things in the past. When we go out adventuring, there's always the fear of either me or the boys get fully corrupted. I'd be willing to sacrifice myself for the boys, of course. As expected of the hero. But do you think that will grant you a noble death? Shinri paused for a moment, nibbling on a cracker. I'd like to think so. You know nothing of death, mortal, nor of its cost. Well, I'm sure there'd be people would be sad that I died. Mortals think that dying is just like going to sleep forever. Tell me, what would you do if you lost the ability to sleep? Oh, I have that all the time. It's called insomnia. You mean like insomnia? There are a few conditions like that. As for me, I guess I'd spend more time gaming. You might think it would give you more time to indulge your hobbies, but soon you'd be begging for the sweet release of oblivion. Skyrim is better. I'm just saying. I'm biased, but Skyrim is still better than Oblivion. I wouldn't be begging for Oblivion. I would be begging for like Skyrim 6, you know? Not Oblivion. Didn't they already make a remake of Oblivion? Oh, thanks for stopping by. Good luck at work. Got this. Come by. That reminds me of the sleep experiment some group did. They studied the effects of sleep deprivation on humans. By the end of it, many of the people involved started hallucinating these monsters. They might have looked a bit like you, come to think of it. Demons tend to hide in dark places. But how do they feel? Do they lose their humanity? Do they need a hug? Yeah, they kind of did, actually. Losing your humanity can be quite a scary thing. Have you considered what the monsters think? Yeah, have you ever thought about it from the monster's point of view? Like, they're just going about their day, and then suddenly humans can see them. It's like imagine if you're like getting ready to take a shower, and then suddenly like humans start to hallucinate, and you see like human faces appearing before you, simply because they haven't had enough sleep, and they're now like seeing things, and like you're just like, stop that, like leave me alone, what are you doing, you know? So on the human's point of view, they're all like, I see demons and stuff, but on your point of view, you're like, I just want them to stop, like, let me close the curtains, they stop peeking into my room, you know? It's mutual screaming. That's why they're screaming, because the demons are also seeing the humans. Oh my god. Have you considered what the monsters think? Most of them are purely animalistic in nature. Just because the monsters at this dinner party are of rational mind doesn't mean all of them are. I'm aware of that. Doesn't change the fact that monsters are meant to be loved. You're playing with fire, mortal. That's why you have fire resistance potions. You always come prepared. The question is, will it aid you or destroy you? I mean, isn't that true of every relationship? It was lovely to chat with you, though. Shinri thanked his conversation partner as the host moved away from the other table and began to clap its fins. The doors at the end of the room suddenly opened of their own volition, revealing a sumptuous dining room with a grand fireplace and parquet floors. Thank you for your patience, dear guest. Please find a seat and let the soiree begin. Jellyfish. Aww. Wait, this is really nice. I love how the floor looks like a void. Like, because of the values used in the blue and the black, it gives you that sense of like not a floor, you know? It's really trippy to look at. I love it. Wow. Shinri ranged his eyes over the grand dining hall with its shining floors, roaring fireplace, and graceful chandelier. As he paused in its reverie, Shinri noticed that the guests were making their way toward the table. While he had somehow expected there to be assigned seating, perhaps with fancy nameplates, it appeared that everyone was selecting their seats rather freely. Walking into the room and making his way to the table, Shinri decided to sit. Ooh. Okay, so since you guys picked Silas, we're gonna stick with Silas, but do we want Silas and the Mermaid or Silas and Demon Hound? Wait, how does the seating work? Like, assuming that the corners, like Demon Hound, Silas, here, Silas and Mermaid in the back. How would you sit between them? There's no chairs between. And then Mermaid, and then Dragon, Demon Hound. Okay. Like a sandwich. Silence and the Hound. Okay, I see lots of Hound. Having made a seating choice. Wait, what if the Hound is allergic? What if we make a cough and sneeze? Oh no. Shinri walked up to the table and was happily greeted by his seatmates. Almost as though by magic, a chair appeared for him to sit at just the right spot. Shinri sat down and waited. Oh, you're so round. Oh. As everyone made themselves comfortable, the host signaled for a servant bearing a fine parchment page to approach. Perhaps the menu? Lovely guests, it is now time for dinner. Our meal shall begin with some lighter fare, tuna tartare, a mushroom and brie croquette, and a tiny cup of fresh gazpacho. Please enjoy. The host read off the dishes, then clapped his tail fins. The servants brought a delicate plate to each of the guests. Shinri nodded thanks to his server and glanced over the dishes with no small amount of hunger. He picked up a dainty fork and began tasting the tuna as another servant brought him a glass of bubbling apple cider. Ooh, tuna and apple? I've not had that combination before. After the first few delicious bites, he thought it only polite to ask how his fellow guests were enjoying the meal. Chow down and ignore seatmates. Wait, hold on. Did we pick the wrong one? Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, no, wait. Where's Silas? Oh, shoot. Wait, did I? Oh, no. Wait, hold up. Go back. Got the wrong options. Oh, I accidentally clicked the Demon Hound and Sasuke. Demon Hound and Silas. There we go. We picked the wrong seat. Yeah. Okay. Same food? Tuna? Croquette? Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we save. I think this is the joke ending. Or maybe not. I don't know how it would end. I kind of want to see. Well, I want to see what happens if I just ignore my seatmates and then I just chow down. Let's go. Then again, perhaps they were as famished as he was. Shinri carefully but thoroughly demolished his plate, hoping that the next dish would soon be announced. Almost as if in response to Shinri's thoughts, the host stood up again and read from his parchment. Wasn't that lovely? How refreshing, I thought. Anyway, the next wonderful dish is our main dish. Stuffed wild trailbird with a garnish of sun-dried tomatoes and potato confit. Served with a blanched white asparagus in balsamic vinaigrette reduction and a side of polenta cake with a fine raspberry drizzle. That's too fancy for me. Please enjoy. The host gestured grandly with his tail fin, and the various servants brought a steaming tray to each of the guests. Shinri nodded eagerly as the ghost servant lifted the lid from his tray, revealing the masterful dish described by the host. The scent of the trailbird was light yet meaty. The asparagus positively glistened. The raspberry drizzle on the polenta cake shined invitingly. Shinri gingerly poked his fork at the bone-white asparagus and brought it to his mouth. How interesting. Yum. Shinri tasted a bit of everything, and then again thought about chatting with the Soiree neighbors. No. More food. Only food. But the meal was so tantalizing it was almost as though he were drawn to it by a mysterious cosmic force. He did hope his fellow guests did not find it too rude, but it was so hard to resist. Shinri sighed contentedly as he finished the last of the trailbird, then expressed his appreciation to the servant that came to take his tray. As the servants moved in to remove everyone's dishes, the host again stood to announce the third course. I hope you had all been enjoying the grand works of our kitchen here tonight. For the final dish of the night, we'd like to present a dessert platter. Representing the bright sun of summer, we have a slice of lemon chiffon pie, served with a rainbow gelato flight featuring wild strawberry, mango, matcha, and ube gelatos. Ooh. Wait, the colors. Red, yellow, green, purple. Oh, it's almost a rainbow. It actually, oh, that's right. Ooh. Please feel free to mix and match flavors. The host again signaled with his fin, and the servants began to distribute plates and trays filled with gourmet desserts. Zavario, thanks for stopping by. Get some good eats and good sleeps. Shinri cast a dubious look upon his desserts. He had never been one for sweets, but at least the matcha and ube gelato should be pleasant enough. He lifted a dainty dessert spoon and gave each of them a try, then decided to degustate quietly by himself. More just eat. It's just a dinner for me. That's all it is. Tried a bit of everything, just to be polite. That said, he much preferred the ube gelato over the other desserts, though the matcha gelato was fairly decent as well. Degustate is a word. It is a word. It sounds weird, though. He glanced over the table, watching the other guests eat and chatter for a bit, and wondered whether that was the end of the night. The host paused, tapped his glass with a dessert spoon, and stood up. Everyone, please, to your feet. Let me declare a toast to our lovely guests tonight, and of course, to the great Senia, who has brought us together on this auspicious occasion. To Senia. Shinri was mildly confused by the toast, but one should always follow the host's wishes, he figured. He wondered who Senia was. I'm sure we would have figured out if we had conversed with their seatmates, but alas, the food is too delicious. Now, if you'll please move toward the doors, we shall begin the dancing. The host gestured, and multiple servants cleared the table and returned to the kitchen. With an audible ding, the table disappeared and the chairs lifted themselves and traveled toward the various walls of the room. Wait, no! Okay, let's go back. We should have some conversation. We shouldn't just be picking out constantly and eating only food. I'm sure the cooking koipanions would enjoy if you eat their food. Yeah. The food is... Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. I'm confused about it. I'm pretty sure we'll figure this out if we talk with our seatmates, so let's converse. Let's converse. Chat with Silas. Shinri turned to Silas just as they served the first course. Oh, the appetizers look good. Indeed. Reminds me of the banquets my people used to have. What were your people like? They were simple folk. They traded with the nearby villages. My own family was of the mercantile class. In fact, they were ennobled after a great ancestor of mine exposed a ring of fraudulent armor. There had been a civil war at the time, and unscrupulous merchants profiteered off the demand for goods. That's how the story goes, anyway. Sounds interesting. But your kingdom sounds pretty complicated for simple folk. Life is not without squabbles, and kingdoms are no exception. Admittedly, it has been many years, so I forget some details. Do you know if any history books about your people survived? Oh, wait, that's a lot of pressure to remember everything? Like, imagine, like, as you are right now, okay? You don't have a chance to, like, open Wikipedia to download a copy. You don't have a chance to take screenshots. You are taken from now and, like, teleported into the future 3,000 years from now, right? And you are the last human. And people are like, what were humans like? How much of human society would you be able to explain and convey? Right? It's like the whole thing about, like, oh, if I go into the past, like, I'll just use my knowledge of modern technology and stuff. But it's like, do you know how to craft a water wheel? Like, do you know how to light a fire? How are you going to generate electricity, right? Like, do you know the actual way to, like, build these tools, right? I cannot. I would be useless. I would get sick from a virus or a bacteria that my body isn't adapted to, and I'd probably die within a week. Which is why you should not travel more than, like, a couple hundred years. I mean, like, even, like, 10 years is pushing it, like, but definitely not more than 100. Time travel past 100 years, forward or backwards, is not not pretty. Your body will not be able to handle it. And it would be really obvious if you had to walk around with the hazmat suit on. So it's more effort than it's worth. Not as fun. Well, yeah. Do you know if any history books about your people survived? I've always loved lore. Silas took a bite of his food, seemingly lost in thought. Wait. How are you eating if you're made out of shadows? Does it... Wait, does it mean that it's like a goo person? Like you just envelop the food? I highly doubt any would be in a language you could... I highly doubt any would be in a language you could read. Could you translate it for me? It has been such an age that even my native language is starting to fade from my memory. No pressure. I was just asking. That said, do you know that history is written by the victors? Not aware of that expression. That means there must be stories told by voices that have been trampled underfoot. Consider to whom and what end history gets recorded. Ooh. Sounds like everyone has something to hide, or there are two sides to every story. We can keep the conversation light. There are two sides to every story. Wait, let's save just in case. It's all a matter of which side the majority wants to hear. You must have lived through a lot of history, huh? Yes, I believe I have. You see many unsavory things when you are banished to shadowy corners. Have you seen anything good from the shadows? A few things. They are exceedingly rare, though. Wait, what's your standard for what good is, then? There's lots of good stuff happening around here, you know? Sorry, I'm pouring myself some more tea. The tea bag got stuck in the nozzle, so it made the glug glug sound. But just once in a while, I can see a flower blooming in the new light of the morning. Those are good times. I like it when I can see the beauty of nature, you know? Maybe I can show you some of the sights around Elysium someday. I tend to melt in the light. Maybe we can explore after dark. There's lots of interesting things in darkness, too. Like one time I saw this big rock in a pond I thought was a whale. I must have been really little, like 4 or 5. The darkness can play strange tricks on you. Yeah, especially when you're a little kid. Shinri chuckled and took a sip of his drink. I bet as a shadow being like you like to play tricks on people too. I suppose it is in my nature to lead people astray. After all, doesn't the saying go, trust no one from the shadows? I don't think I've heard that saying before. Must have been an old saying cobbled together from a bunch of different languages. I think people of the shadows get a bad name at times. How so? There must be innocent creatures like you hiding in there. Without darkness, there wouldn't be any light. I'm a little worried that this second one might come across as a little insensitive. You know? Like, oh, the only reason you are there as part of the darkness is to make the others, you know, who are in the light shine. I worry a little bit. Realize birthday koi is a play on birthday boy? Yeah, it is. It just rolls off the tongue perfectly. Although it could be like if you were on the if you were like cloak and dagger level of intimate and like you were on the same page, I guess it would make sense then. Maybe it's more like that, you know? Like light and shadow are two sides of the same coin. Unless you tilt the coin so that both sides are in the shadow, then the center part, or no, if you like angle the coin so it's perpendicular to the light, both sides of the same coin would technically be in the light. It would only be the back edge that is in the shadow. But there's no way to get both sides of the same coin to be in a shadow. Wait, there's some philosophy there that I'm too sleepy to figure out. But you know what I'm saying, right? Sorry. I love Shadow Man and Koipan, but I must eat. Raylan, thanks for stopping by. And Mickey as well. Get some good eats and good sleeps, both of you guys. Yeah. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck with work. Or classes. Or just life in general, I suppose. Good night, good night. Alright. Let's talk about... I want to see if we can steer the conversation towards Silas a bit more. There must be innocent creatures like you hiding in there. You are far too trusting for your own good. I've been told that a lot. Maybe some of them just want to be loved, you know? You're a strange human. Have you ever been in love before? I had an engagement once to a woman named Felicity. Wait, how old is your civilization if you were engaged to a Felicity? Felicity's a pretty recent name. It's like 1930s? Like, it's not that old. Or is it just translated? Maybe there was like a translation of Felicity in their native tongue. Did you love her? She was good to me. Silas took a sip of his drink and sighed. Oh no. Sorry to bring up this bad memory. No crying. Forgive me. Retreading these memories brings back pain. You don't have to keep talking about this if you don't want to. It's what keeps these memories alive after all. Technically. Okay, as a side note, don't tell Silas this, but technically, with the way that the mind works, your memories aren't actually memories of the memory that you think you're remembering. Your memory is actually you remembering the last time you remembered things, all right? I know it sounds weird, but you are not actually thinking of the actual memory of that event. You are simply remembering the memory you had of the event. And every single time you think back to remember it, you are only redrawing back on the last time you remembered that thing, which is why memory gets fuzzy, because you don't actually remember the thing that happened. You remember how you remembered it. And over time, that's why details will change and get fuzzy, and people start to misremember things or add details or subtract details, because you cannot remember the actual event. You're just remembering your memory of the event. So yeah, be careful. Don't remember things too much or it gets really blurry. But we don't have to tell Silas that. Don't worry about it. Shh. My only regret. Silas took another sip of his drink. I should have listened to her. In what way? She was right. In war, we are all just pawns on a battlefield. Perhaps those profiteers were right to make as much money as they could. Maybe my ancestors were cruel after all. Hey, You said there were two sides to every story, right? Who's to say which path is right? War is pretty complicated after all. I'm happy to live in pretty peaceful times, all things considered. Perhaps some stories change once you learn the truth behind them. Shinri was about to speak up, but at the moment the waiters arrived at the main course. By the end of his conversation, he found that he had eaten every last bite of his tasty appetizers. What would be next, he wondered. Almost as if in response to Shinri's thoughts, the host stood up again and read from his parchment. Wasn't that lovely? Very refreshing, I thought. The trail bird again. Ooh. What is a trail bird? Is it like a quail? Or like an emu? Alright, we're gonna skip through the food part because we already know the food bits. Ooh, the polenta cake. Ah, how interesting. Alright, let's continue chatting with Silas. Shinri turned to Silas, the Shadow Man, who was eating his dinner. This is delicious. I know, they really went all out. It's not every day you appreciate the joy of eating. Do shadow beings normally eat? Yeah, I was wondering about this earlier. We don't normally need to eat, but when we do, we feed on people's fears. Ooh, sounds exciting. Wait, what kind of fears taste good? What kind of fears taste bad? What makes a fear taste like appetizing? You are a strange one, mortal. I get that a lot. I admire your enthusiasm. I used to be like you. Of course, that was before the war. Okay, chat. I'm gonna pull you guys aside right now, okay? I'm already getting the feeling that Silas is gonna be one of those guys where I'd be like, hey babe, can you take out the trash? And then Silas would be like, I used to take out the trash, but that was before the war. And I'd be like, oh my god, stop being dramatic, just go take out the trash. Like, you know, like I just get the feeling that he's gonna do that and just start pulling the stuff, and it's like you know, like of course, that was before the war. Hand on forehead. Oh. Man. He's being so extra declaring his affection. How foolish I was. See, like this guy's a character. Oh my goodness. Do you have any happy memory of pre-war times? I do recall dancing with Felicity at a ball once. Sounds like a good time. I heard they're supposed to be dancing after dinner. Ooh. Silas seemed to smile faintly. Is that a smile? Someone get a ruler and check. It's hard to tell. Every chore has a drama scene, right? The old man who's too busy retelling stories and lessons to be bothered with tasks. I suppose I'll have to dust off my skills. I'm looking forward to dancing. Or, no, that was me. Hold on. I'm looking forward to dancing. Wait, no. Back. Yes, it does one good to focus on happy times. But even those happy times dissolve with pure rage. It's like a bit... Have you seen an old film strip? I think so. The images projected fade away when the film gets damaged, right? Yes, that is what happened to my good memories. I'm certain you've had good memories tarnished by certain events as well. Yeah, but I gotta keep moving forward, you know? Time does force you to keep moving forward. But I don't want the emotions I felt to fade. Maybe you need to channel your emotions into something creative. Maybe you can separate the good emotions from the bad ones. Ooh, if you've had like thousands of years to live, imagine what you could do if you could channel all your emotions into creativity. I tried that many times. The problem is that no one believes me. You'd think these things wouldn't affect you that much, but they do. The time between where you were born and the age you are now happens in a blink of an eye for me. Mortal timescales cease to matter to immortal beings. Okay, Mr. Manhattan. Happy birthday, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how long some timescales last. They found the zircon dating all the way back to the Hadean era. Hadean era was 4 billion years ago. And zircon is a useful mineral for finding out how old certain things are. It's resistant to chemical changes and appears as small grains in certain types of host rocks. Shinri rambled about old rocks, a big smile on his face. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of rambling again. Silas smiled at Shinri. I don't mind. It helps the time pass. Plus, you have a nice voice. Thanks. Shinri blushed slightly. Thanks. I haven't told that a lot. I'm usually pretty quiet, though. You remind me of those storytellers back in my kingdom. If I could live 1,000 years, I wonder, what would you have after 500 years? You, Dad. Cough, cough. I still have you. They had pleasant voices like you. I'm not much of a storyteller. I just like lore and odd knowledge. Have you ever wondered who writes the lore you read? Yeah, like you said, history's written by the victors, right? I do wonder what the other side to the story is. Sometimes the victors hide the other side because it might turn people's beliefs upside down. Other times they might use it for their own gain. I've heard people use both justifications to gain control. All this lore business is interesting. I wonder what will happen if your own beliefs get tested. Deny the truth as long as I can. Then try to stop and reevaluate my beliefs with this new information. Yeah, we're scientists. We can update our information base and then come up with new hypotheses. I hear that human mortals are resistant to change if they cling to old beliefs hard enough. I'm constantly learning new things every day. The world is full of knowledge. But how many lies do you still cling to knowing they are lies? That was a weird delivery, sorry. How many lies do you still cling to knowing they are lies? To disregard those lies would require changing your entire lifestyle. Trusting your heart instead of your brain keeps you happy at times. Most mortal creatures would lose their minds knowing they were on a small rock floating in a void. Guess I'm just built different. Shinri laughed, brushing dark hair from his eyes as he turned back to his dinner. It was just so lovely chatting with these grand creatures and enjoying this marvelous meal. Despite all the conversation, he found that, once again, his plate was empty. He was about to say as much when one of the servants, the Lich, came and removed his dish and flatware. As the servants moved in to remove everyone's dishes, the host... Wait, this is the same dialogue, I guess. Yeah, the dessert platter with the ice cream. Rainbow gelato. Yeah. Okay, let's skip through these because we read this before. Degustate. Is it degustate or degustate? Degustate? Degustate sounds weird. Let's go keep chatting with Silas. Shinri turned to Silas, the shadow man, who had just finished taking a sip of wine. How are you liking your dinner so far? It is divine. One lives to savor such pleasures when you're immortal. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. You've been a most agreeable conversation partner. Shinri smiled warmly. You're an interesting being to talk to. This has been a welcome respite from my usual thoughts. But I wonder how much would change if you knew the truth. What do you mean? Silas said nothing for a long while, only eating and drinking. There was a war, but I betrayed my people. Not only that, my blood as well. I got too greedy and did business with the enemy side. Then one day, they took my Felicity hostage. They had me become a double agent. All because I did it for financial gain. You sold goods to the other side? My kingdom had been squeezing my coffers dry for far too long. It didn't help that the new king was a poor ruler. Relations between kingdoms crumbled, but people find a way to survive in the harshest of circumstances. I did what I could, knowing full well it would come back to haunt me. Sometimes we have to make tough choices in life. The thing about tragic events is that you can sometimes sense them, like the wind picking up before a storm. However, it hits you like you're being jolted from a sound sleep. Yeah, I've had those events happen to me too. Didn't help that I made a deal with otherworldly creature. It didn't help. It didn't help that, sorry, our names both start with S, so it's hard for me to tell which one is speaking. It didn't help that I made a deal with an otherworldly creature. Like a cryptid? More like what you'd call the Fae folk. Ooh. Any of them interested in humans? It's not about this. No, time and a place, Shinri. Time and a place. I've heard of them before. They're tricky. They like to appear when you're hoping for a sign. It happened one late afternoon at the boundary between light and dark. I was gonna say, like, if it happened nowadays, the sign that you would get is probably just a stop sign. But like back then, I suppose it would have been much more difficult to like ignore it, because the Fae folk would just kind of appear out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa, you can talk? I was wondering how to reinvigorate my floundering fortunes when they appeared. They offered you a deal, right? Indeed. They offered to help me out. For a price, I bet. That was when the trouble all started. It started off small at first. A little business deal here, a little cheapening on the quality there. After all, war meant that the usual trade routes were hard to come by. Yeah, that makes sense. But soon the enemy took my Felicity hostage, and all my happiness with her. But were they even your enemies at that point? In theory, yes, but the lines between enemy and ally are sometimes blurred in the theater of war. I did whatever I could for my own selfish end. What happened to Felicity? Silas took another sip of wine before answering. She died in an attack. Just another casualty of war. Oh, I'm sorry. It was quite long ago at this point. The emotions have faded to a mere pinprick. Still, it's quite a thing to go through. I've experienced much in my time as an immortal. Time heals all wounds, but it blunts your ability to feel. But your emotions are still strong even now. Are you just faking? I don't want to accuse him of faking. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that the emotions are still strong, or at least they seem strong to me. You mortals probably don't know how the passage of time can numb you. So, oh, wait. Oh, that's me. So did the Fae folk turn you into a shadow being? Silas nodded, taking a bite of food. They turned me into a shadow being as punishment for my duplicitous ways. I recall the day well. I remember the setting sun being the last light I could safely see. So you're cursed to live in the shadows forever? Yes, or at least until some Eldritch Lord lets me die. I am truly hoping they can grant my wish. I hope so too. Oh, but it's not like I don't enjoy your company or anything. I understand. But it's been a very long time without sleep and my body craves relief. Yeah, I get it. Still, hopefully we can enjoy our own company a little bit longer. The waiters already started removing dessert dishes before Silas could reply back. I suppose one more indulgence couldn't hurt. Shinri was quite pleased by this whole unexpected soiree, even if he hadn't finished his dessert. Everyone was so friendly and interesting, and why not? Shinri has always been convinced that monsters and other creatures were just as fascinating as people after all. The host paused, tapped his glass with his dessert spoon, and stood up. So we still don't know who Senia is. Okay. To Senia. Shinri was mildly confused by the toast, but one should always follow the host's wishes, he figured. He wondered who Senia was. Now, if you'll please move toward the doors, we shall begin the dancing. The host gestured, and multiple servants cleared the tables and returned to the kitchen. With an audible ding, the table disappeared and the chairs lifted themselves and traveled toward the various walls of the room. Ooh. And just like that, the grand room, with its roaring fireplace and smooth parquet floor, was ready for dancing and chatting the night away. Shinri placed his glass upon a proffered tray, then milled about, waiting for something to happen. After a period of quiet, Shinri approached Silas, who was finishing off his dessert wine. Oh, wait, if I had not talked to anyone, would I just stood there like a wallflower and watched everyone else dance? Wait, that would have been kind of that would have been kind of sad. Hey, care to dance? Shinri let out a chuckle and smiled weakly. No, that isn't right. Gotta be more suave. Shinri cleared his throat and tried his best elegant gentleman voice. Would my lord have this dance? You are talking out loud, mortal. Shinri blushed and laughed. Sorry, but my friends say I don't have any riz, you know. Silas stared blankly. I bet you Silas doesn't know what the words clap and cheeks mean together. We can teach him, though. We can teach him. Welcome to 2026, old man. Riz? It means I don't advertise what I'm selling very well. Ah, so you don't have charisma. Now it was Shinri's turn to stare blankly. Of course, Riz is short for charisma. How could I have forgotten that? You need to read more books, Shinri. You're thinking out loud again. Yeah, so about my invitation. I'll accept it. But you aren't cut out to be a merchant, mortal. Oh, man. It's my birthday. I'm 40 now? Oh, yo, let's go. Congratulations. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Wait, real quick. Let me mute this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Manafay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy 40th birthday. Let's go. I'm on my way there too. I'm in my mid-30s right now. Gonna hit 40 soon, and then we'll have to double fist ibuprofen. Shinri and Silas made their way to the dance floor. A ghost band. Another realm truly has everything. Have you seen a ghost band before? I haven't. A few times. However, most Netherrealm parties don't involve much dancing. Come to think of it, this is the first time I've danced with a man as well. I've heard that's more common these days. True, but it makes you realize that the waltz wasn't designed for two men. There's nothing that says it can't be. Do you prefer leading? I can lead. I'll take whatever position you wish. Wait, let's go back. You promise? We just need to find a good way to move our bodies together. If you move your hips like that, we can... There. Now we got a good rhythm going. Do you have to use such vocabulary? Yves White? Ives? I'm not sure how to pronounce the Y, but thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. You get some hearts in chat for the gifted memberships. Yay. Oh, sorry. If you receive one, please enjoy the channel badge and the emotes. Let's go. Do you have to use such vocabulary? Why? You're just dancing. It's all about communicating with your partner, right? Besides, we're just two dudes having fun. We may be two men, but the others might think untoward thoughts. Let them get jealous. We'll be fine. My friends and I do male bonding activities like this all the time. Oh, what sort of activities do you do? We play games and dance and sing. Are you bards? Well, the modern equivalent of bards, yeah. I'm trying to save Elysium by being idols. So you're entertainers. Yeah. You must put on interesting shows. Shinri recalled how a few managers rejected their more risque performance ideas with an absolutely not. I still want to wait. Now that we've been downsized, I wonder if I could try to push for that Lovence partnership. Because we got to get all the sponsorships and partnerships we can, right? So, like, if we can do a Lovence collab, you know, like, desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? There's certain standards to uphold, being idols and all. Kind of have to put on a certain image for the public. Looking at you, you seem like the fatherly type. Yeah, I pretty much am. I'm also the type that knows a lot of strange things. Oh, enlighten me with your knowledge. This part, I don't really mind. People will have opinions. I can't control them. It's whatever. I don't mind that much. But, do they really want to know? Do they really want to know? Because I could start describing things that Silas as a shadow person would not be able to experience. Like the idea of, wait, hold up. Maybe they could tell me, like, if you hold hands with a fellow shadow being, will your hands, like, fuse together? What would that feel like? Wait, that, ooh. Because it's all like shadows and wispiness, you know? Right? Alright, do you really want to know? I am a shadow being. I've seen many odd sights. All living things are thought to share one last universal common ancestor, or Luca for short. Luca is thought to be a population of cells all life descended from. So, like way deep in our genetic makeup, are all related. I wonder if Luca applies to the Fae folk as well. Probably does. Modern genomes all share features. Genomes? Oh, those are instructions for the stuff that makes us, well, us, to put it simply. Oh, no. Wait, has Silas been alive this whole time, but he hasn't been a lifelong learner? He hasn't been studying and reading new books and keeping up with the times? Gasp. Are genomes cells? Not really, but it's more like the guidebook of a cell. Humans like me have trillions of cells, and genomes are part of the guidebooks for all of them. Genes are what make us what we are, while genomes are the blueprint. It's a complicated story, to be sure. Even more so when there are mystical powers involved. Oh, believe me, if I told you about genetics, we'd be here all night. The two of them continued dancing for a while. You are quite the captivating dance partner. You're not so bad yourself. I do have experience dancing, but I always thought modern men couldn't dance like this. Modern people usually don't dance waltzes, but I happen to be a dancer before becoming an idol. Did you happen to learn the waltz in your lessons? Not really, but I picked up on a few things. It's all about listening to the rhythm and having your body be in sync with it. And communicating with your partner. Yeah. But most people don't do that these days. Excuse me. They usually just abandon you, or make you play mind games to prove their love. Whatever do you mean? As a man, I'm apparently supposed to pursue my feminine partner. But nobody tells me I'm supposed to do this. So I usually just leave them alone. Modern men are hunters? Yeah, we're supposed to be masculine and say what we want. Part of that is pursuing and taking what is ours. But I'm not really the type of guy to do that. I'd much rather have a respectful conversation with them. As a result, I'm seen as less of a man. That can be rather difficult. Yeah, I try not to let it bother me, though. It is what it is. Back in my kingdom, men had to provide a good home for their wives. And the woman had to be good at entertaining guests and know how to sew. Come to think of it, noble women were expected to be idols. Yeah, I can't imagine being entertained 24/7. You have some downtime, right? Being nobility means you have to wear your public face both inside and outside the home. Yeah, I've seen historical dramas. Everyone was gossiping about everybody. Shinri laughed, his eyes shining with joy. You do have an infectious laugh and a thirst for knowledge. I believe the right person will come along. You really think so? What if I drive them away? Ah. I think this is a question I want to ask more. What if I drive them away? Because I figure, like, with, what, 8 billion people, at some point, someone will come along, right? But the real fear is, what if you drive them away? And then someone's going to be like, well, if you drove them away, then they weren't your soulmate. And it's like, do you guys know how difficult it is to find your soulmate? Like, what if your soulmate lives in a different country and speaks a different language from you, and you can't afford the airline ticket to even go fly there? You know? Like, none of that. None of those shenanigans. All right. What if I drive them away? You just have to be yourself. They would have to be friends first. I'm not really into casual things. Casual things? Like when 2 people run into the bushes. Yeah, kind of like that. No, it's hard to find a good work-life balance. Plus, there's the matter of money. No wonder why people want something quick and easy. It seems your modern society is built on quick and easy. But yet, most of you don't seem all that happy. Yeah, and that's another long story. I'm just glad to be where I am, though. What if your soulmate drives you away? Would they really be your soulmate if they drove you away? I think for like 1/3 of people out there, they would still stick it out of convenience. And then like 1/3 of people would maybe leave to try to find someone else. And then maybe 1/3 of people would be like, it would depend on specific circumstances. All too soon, the music stopped and the evening had come to an end. Oh, are we underwater? Like, it seems like we're underwater. As the dancing wound down, Silas stepped away from Shinri and bowed. Thank you for a lovely evening. The pleasure's all mine. You were a good choice for a last dance partner. I haven't felt this alive in years. Glad to hear it. The 2 of them walked in silence for a while. So, about your wish. If the being grants it, that is. I'm sure they will. You made a compelling case for it. Perhaps fortune will smile upon me after all. When I was growing up, I remember learning about some people seeking an end to eternal life. They let go of things that bound them to this world and they were freed. They thought humans were mortal. They believed they could be reborn again and again. Ricky, thanks for stopping by. Get some good eats and good sleeps. It's a long story. Mortals have strange customs. I do know I was seen as a demon at one point. You don't seem like a bad guy to me. I may have played my part too well. The affable monsters are usually the most dangerous. I see many trusting mortals end poorly. And that's always a danger. But I wouldn't mind being useful to somebody, you know? I'm sure these monsters wouldn't care about you at all. But you care about me, right? Silas was silent for a moment. You have been a delightful partner. Perhaps among different circumstances No. It is too late for any regrets. You're so dramatic. Oh my god. I imagine him saying this with a flourish. Like, no. It is too late for any regrets. Like that. Like, Gotta do what you gotta do. I must face the end with dignity. The skies seem to be getting lighter. Aww. Now, before dawn breaks, I must go meet my fate. Farewell, mortal. I hope it works out. Shinri watched the sunrise before he headed back home. He certainly had a strange birthday. The boys would definitely be excited to hear about his soiree. One thing's for sure, however, he'd grown to appreciate the sun's light a little more. Was Silas enjoying the sun somewhere too? The end. No. Shadow Shinri. With the hand on his face, no less. From another time, another place. Wait. Hold up. Was there something there? Did I miss something? Aww. Wait, let me stretch real fast. If we were more familiar, like if we were friends, I would have wanted to do something really silly. But I think Silas would have been annoyed because we were keeping it kind of like formal, you know? What I would do is I would grab Silas's shoulder and be all like, don't worry, I'll protect you, and then spin him around so that as the sun rose, it would rise behind me, and then Silas would stay in my shadow and be safe for a little bit. And then I would be pretending, I'd be like, the sun, it burns, pain. And you know, like just act it up a little bit, right? And then Silas would just look at me and be like, what are you doing? What are you? Because I figure, like, if he touches the sunlight, then he's gonna dissipate, right? So, like, if I can at least blot the sun for a little bit, you know? Or can I stuff him into my coat, into my jacket? Like, live inside the shadow of my shirt? I think, wait, I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of kois would want that too. If you were all like shadow kois and you live in the shadows, you'd be like, can we stay in the shadow underneath your shirt? Like, I'm sure some of you guys would be okay with that. Absolutely. Aw, that was cute. I worry if we go to another route, it might be really long. Do we have enough time? One more route? A shadow reporting. They give it 34 months. Okay. Thank you for reaping the membership. I volunteer as tribute for under the shirt. Let's do one more. Pick it up again later. I feel like if I hadn't overslept, I might be able to finish at least 2 routes. Could do the ending where you ate ate the food and ignored everyone. Okay, yeah, let's speedrun that one. Let's speedrun the eat food only and ignore everybody ending. How many endings are there? All right. We're gonna skip all this because we ate everything and then ignore chow down. Degustate. Eat. Okay, now we go dance, but we haven't talked to anyone. All we did was eat. All right, let's see. Shinri placed his glass upon the proffered tray, then milled about, waiting for something to happen. The host came up to Shinri, gesturing for a servant to bring each of them a glass of some bubbly blush concoction. Come with me, Shinri, if you would be so kind. Let us enjoy the moonlight on this auspicious evening. Shinri drank from the sip of his glass and then followed the host to the balcony. I realize I haven't looked up here. What are these? What are the swirls? Are they like fireflies? The host raised a fin to the moon, then looked back to Shinri. I hope I haven't brought you here on false pretenses, though of course everyone was utterly delighted to meet you. Why do you look so angry? No. Oh, look at the face. No. Oh. You see, tonight is possibly a very special night of our kind. If we are fortunate, the great Eldritch being Senia will rise to capture the moon tonight. Well, not literally, but they will rise in the sky to be viewed by all that make merry on this very evening. Don't let them catch you looking, though. That would be the height of... But Shinri was already gazing across the moon. Yeah, I would have already turned. An elegant, draconic figure, positively massive in size, appeared to rise from the lake far below and reached for the skies. Ooh, look at those pretty nails. What the hell? Wow. It wrapped itself around the moon, or at least seemed to, looking out around the wide forested area. Oh, they're forests? When it looked directly at Shinri. Shinri stood enraptured at the sight of this grand, ghostly dragon creature, positively rooted to the spot. He had vaguely heard his host's warning, but his curiosity proved too great. As he stood there, Senia floated over to the balcony of the haunted mansion. It raised one claw to Shinri's head, patted him delicately several times, then floated back toward the lake and out of sight. The end. What? No, I can't date the Eldritch being. What? Let me woo the Eldritch being. Oh. Reminds me of the kitchen creature, the deer thing from the game. Yeah. Very pretty. I love how the eyes are vertical slits instead of horizontal. That'd be kind of fun to look at. Ooh. How close were they? Or how fast did they float over? Because if they're that far away, they must either be really fast or like pulling some tricks of the light. Like super fast head pat, reach your arm all the way out, pat, 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 and then all the way back. Would that make you or the Eldritch being the one committing bestiality? It would have to depend on what you define as a beast. But I mean, as long as she passes the hardness test, I'd be fine. Aww. There was an ending where I just ignored everyone and then just ate food. Oh man. Wait, how many secret endings are there? There are 10 endings. The short ending, ignore people ending, and 2 endings per conversation partner. Oh. The short ending is the one we would say no, right? Ignore people ending is the one we just got, and the 2 endings per conversation partner. So we got one of the endings for the shadow creature, the shadow being. Should we try to find the second ending for the shadow being then, since we've already made progress? I don't know where the branches are, or if they're branches, or if they're like, point systems? Let's try to find the other ending for the shadow being. All right. Since we started with the conversation with this one, by doing something else, let's try to push the other dialogue options. Can you show me some cool ghost hunting spots? If I showed you, you would never be the same. Silas took a sip of his cocktail. The host must have chosen you for a reason. I'm just happy to be here. After all, it's not every day I get to chat with cryptids. Sure, it wasn't what Shinri expected to do on his birthday. Oh wait, hold up, we've already read these. Wait, if I press skip, it's safe to press skip, right? It won't like skip everything. I forget how Ren'Py works. We can go back, we'll be fine. Skip. Okay. Continue talking with Silas. You have chosen to speak with me again, mortal. We're going to skip to the dialogue option. All right. We asked this one first, so let's ask this one. Losing your humanity can be quite a scary thing. You cease to be what fundamentally makes up you. It was lovely to chat with you, though. Thanked his conversation partner, and the host moved away from the other table and began to clap its fins. It's time for dinner. Skip. Okay. Then we go sit between Demon Hound and Silas. Skip. Chat with Silas. Skip. All right. We picked two sides to every story the first time, so let's go with, it sounds like everyone has something to hide. Wait, are we going to learn more about his backstory now? Is it going to be sad? It sounds like everyone has something to hide. If everyone had something to hide, nobody would talk. You must have lived through a lot of history, huh? Yes, I believe I have. You see many unsavory things when you're banished to shadowy corners. Have you seen anything good from the shadows? A few things. They are exceedingly rare, though. But just once in a while, I can see a flower blooming in the new light of the morning. Wait, we've seen this dialogue option. Or these dialogue too. In the settings? Okay, preferences. Skip. After choices, transitions, unseen text. No, don't skip unseen text. Okay. Is this the same dialogue here? Same beauty of nature. I tend to melt in the light. Maybe we can explore after dark. Lots of interesting things in darkness. It looks like it's the same stuff here too. Okay. We picked this one first, so let's go with this option. Without darkness, there won't be any light. Such lies in the balance of all being, of all things. Maybe some of them just want to be loved, you know? You are a strange human. Same dialogue? Okay, we keep chatting with Silas. Okay, maybe you can separate the good emotions from the bad ones. At my age, all the memories jumbled together in a thin, hazy mist. It's hard to pull them apart. Yeah, I'm still dealing with some memories that happened when I was a kid. You'd think these things wouldn't affect you that much, but they do. Time between you were born and the age you are now happens in a blink of an eye for me. Same stuff. Okay. I will try to deny the truth as long as I can. I wouldn't do this, but we need to see if there's more dialogue. Even a strong faith will crumble under enough pressure. But how many lies do you still cling to, knowing they are lies? Same dialogue. Okay. More. Wait, doesn't. I don't know what the. I don't know what the options are. Where does the branches take place? Keep chatting? Skip. Okay. Are any of them interested in humans? They might turn you into stone instead. It happened one late afternoon, at the boundary between light and dark, and I was wondering how to reinvigorate my floundering fortunes when they appeared. They offered you a deal, right? Okay, we've seen this part too. Are you just faking your emotions? If that were true, I wouldn't wish to die. Did the Fae folk turn you into a shadow being? Same stuff. It's a secret good and bad choice point system, actually. The branches take place right over there. No, those are jellyfish legs. All right, let's skip these because we've seen this part here. Okay. You might get an odd opinion of me. You're a mortal that willingly came to a gathering full of cryptids. All living beings are thought to share the last universal common ancestor. Oh, it just goes back to that one. Okay. You really think so? I've lived for a very long time, after all. There had to be friends first. We've seen this part too. Okay. I see we're getting off the dance floor. Shinri turned to Silas. Can I stay with you for a bit longer? I suppose so. Listen, I know about your wish, but would you like to hang out sometime? You know my feelings. I wish to die. Hey, you've made a friend. You could always use one, right? I've been roaming this world for far too long. Yeah, but you're really cool. I suppose there's one secret I haven't told you. What is it? Another way for a shadow being to die is by transferring their curse to someone else. Ooh, sounds interesting. It seems I found the perfect target for it. Before Shinri could respond, shadowy tendrils wrapped around him. Silas seemed to loom large over the Ronin, his body pure darkness. To the hero whose curiosity for the dark knows no bounds. The tendrils drew Shinri closer to the shadow being. Oh, tentacles. May you explore the darkness forevermore. With that, Silas bent down and captured Shinri's lips in a hungry kiss. Before the man could react, he felt his world grow dark. The last bit of sun he would ever safely see would be the moon reflected in its light. Forgive me, Shinri, for one last indulgement before we part. Wait, so you didn't even need to kiss me to transfer the curse? You just kissed me for the love of the game? I respect it. Fine, I respect it. Okay, I would have done that too. The entire soiree seemed to fade away. The next thing that Shinri knew, he woke up in a dewy grass. Heat, light, he could feel those things as the sun itself were right over top him. He knew he had to find shelter before the sun fully came up. A light breeze rustled the leaves on a nearby tree, and Shinri swore he had heard an elegant, soft laugh. As it turned out, being a shadow being wasn't so bad. Shinri could hunt cryptids more easily and had perfect nighttime vision for it. He was more of a night owl anyway. But he had always spotted them, so maybe that was a good thing. So, sure, it was hard to go out with the boys due to being a shadow being, but they accepted his new form all the same. The end. Honestly, if I showed up that way, the boys would look at me and be like, oh, not again, Shinri. Why? Aww. Man, oops, all cursed. Kissing for kissing's sake, and that's what we like it here. Aww. What's he doing with those tentacles, though? Those tendrils? I know you call them tendrils, but let's be real, they're tentacles. Congrats on getting Curse, thank you. I want to know what it looks like now. Wait, does that mean I can dress myself up however I want? Like, as long as I practice and get good enough, like, control over my shadow form, I can look like whatever I want to. Ooh. Well, excuse me. He needed them to curse you, I guess. I mean, they do say that the dark can play tricks. Let's see if the dark can do some tricks on it then. If you catch my drift. Aha. Aha ha ha. Sorry. Okay, that's cool. Wait, does that mean he doesn't want to die? We managed to save someone? Like, he no longer wishes to die because all he needs to do is transfer the curse away. Right? Like, he wants to die, but he gets rid of the curse. So he just becomes his old self again. We saved someone. Hell yeah. Oh. Why is that even a bad ending? I guess to normal people, they would consider it a bad ending. But I would be... Wait, I'm now curious to see what the bad ending is for the rest of them. Like, do I get bitten as a bad ending for the Demon Hound? Do I guess I get burned in the dragon route, and then for this one, I get eaten, I guess? Like, that wouldn't be too bad, right? Indeed, we did save someone. Yeah. Could be a perspective thing. I mean, he didn't really have to trick me. If he was like, hey, I can make you a shadow being too, I'd be like, oh, really? Promise? Transferring the curse would allow him to die. Oh, so he still dies nonetheless. Okay, but now I just have to deal with being a shadow being myself. He liked being dramatic though. That was the kiss that he stole. Ah. Oh. Sorry for oversleepy chat. I think we may have to go call it here though. I'm starting to feel really tired and worn out. I don't think I got enough rest last night. Do we kill him? No, I think he came to terms with the fact that being an immortal whose immortality only comes from the curse, if you get rid of the curse, you have like the weight of all those thousands and thousands of years hit you at the same time. So from my point of view, he probably dried up like jerky in front of me and then desiccated completely and then blew away like dust, which would probably be a little bit traumatic, but not the worst thing I've seen. Like I'd get over it within like a week or so. But yes, I just wanted an excuse to make out. Can you blame him? Wait, but my question is, why did they all get these invites? Why these 4 specifically? Well, 5, me included. Like, why us? Why 5 of us specifically, you know? Freshen our brains for the next part. Do you guys want to do more of this? We can try to speedrun the other 3 endings next time. Or the other 3 characters. But yeah. I see as a matchmaking for you. Oh, I want to know more about the Eldritch being though. I'm a little bit sad that gazing upon Senia did not make me go mad. You know how they're like, oh, if you gaze upon Cthulhu, your mind will break because the Eldritch horrors are too much for the brain to handle. But joke's on you, because one of my favorite tags is Mind Break. Aha. I mean, like, I'm gonna be real. If I were Cthulhu, I would hear that. I'd be like, no, you shut up, no, get out of here. I can imagine Cthulhu just rolling his eyes. He'd be like, oh my god, just shut up. Wanted to be like Sucker for Love, date the Eldritch beings, our mind is too odd to comprehend. Right? Oh, that'd be really cute. Oh man, it'd be like the whole thing that... wait, is that too lewd? Is it too lewd? The Medusa comic that I saw on Twitter like a while back. It's like... wait, I don't know if it's the not safe for work one where like Medusa like stares at someone and like blasts the person with her like snake vision, Medusa gaze or whatever, right? And it's like, impossible, why aren't you turning into stone? And the guy's like, I'm already rock hard down there anyway, like you can't turn. And then the next panel is Medusa running away as the guy is chasing her down. I guess this particular horror was perfectly within your comprehension. Honestly, I don't know if there's anything that could be out of my comprehension. I know I'm being really extraordinarily humble right now, but I'm pretty sure I could comprehend the uncomprehendable horrors. But thank you to the koipanions for putting this together. That was cute. I really like the art. We'll pick it up and we'll do the next ones. We'll try to get through the rest of these next week. Yeah. Cthulhu looking at you, rolling his eyes, saying, not another one, right? I know that there is a Cthulhu fan club out there that makes marital aids, shall we say, or self-help products that are Cthulhu themed. I know for a fact those exist, and Cthulhu probably must be like, man, these guys are weird. Like, I know I'm like the unspeakable eldritch horror, but like these guys are like, all right, chat. Thank you all for stopping by. I want to go call it here because I'm really worn out. Tomorrow we have a little membership. It'll probably just be a little Zatsudan. Not much in my head right now. This month has been pretty hectic with a lot of stuff going on. Preparing for the Rio Senpai's 3D Live and practicing for that. The birthday and just everything else getting in the way. So it's been pretty hectic and chaotic. So I think for membership, it'll be just a chill Zatsu. And then I'm off the next day, and then I'll try to get a schedule out for next month. Yeah. Thank you all for stopping by, everybody. And thank you again to all the koipanions for putting this together. We'll finish the other routes next week. Yeah. Oh, koyasumi, everybody. I have to... Oh, wait, hold up. Double BGM, sorry, double BGM. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's right, I gotta move the banner around. Yeah. All right. I tried to go today without coffee. I don't know if I can. I'm way more exhausted than I thought I was gonna be. Let me go ahead and send you guys off on a little raid. Let's see who is currently streaming. I see. Oh hey, Flayon is currently playing some Marvel Rivals. To me, my rune men. I'll send you guys over to Flayon. He's currently playing Marvel Rivals. Go have fun with him. Sorry, I've been really low energy today, just extremely tired. But yeah, thank you all again. I am gonna go try to get some stuff sorted out. There's a few things that we're still cooking on, and I hope you guys are excited for it. I don't want this coming year to feel like too much of a overwhelming pressure for everyone. I know there's a lot of things that are going on and a lot of thoughts and a lot of concerns and worries happening. But at the end of the day, we can only really do our best. But that being said, I don't want you guys to stress out too much about everything. Just keep doing the best you can each day. And sometimes the best is just getting through the day, you know? So the boys and I will still be cooking up a lot of stuff, and we'll still be pushing for as much as we can, and hopefully show the company that we can still pull our own weight here too. But yeah, stuff is coming down the road. We're gonna keep doing things. We'll keep pushing, but hopefully you guys will be there to continue to support us. Yeah. All right. That's all for me. I'm gonna try to get some more rest today. I'll catch you guys later. Have fun over at Koipanions. Koyasumi, everybody. Koyasumi. Oh my god, pudding was so squishy.